Hello, and welcome to The Source Within with Chloe Pedalino, where I share the source within me with hopes it sparks the source within thee. Let's talk about Shasta. Let's talk about Mother Earth, Gaia, ley lines, the mysteriousness about Mount Shasta. That's really what we're going to be talking about as well, or at least eventually. But there's just so many possible avenues and things we could talk about. It's hard to know where to start. But we're going to start at the root of things, which is, I'm saying the root specifically because Mount Shasta is actually the root chakra of our planet, of Earth. So, and even more than that, it's understanding energy in general and understanding that everything is made of energy. How we interact with each other is based on energy, right? When you meet somebody new, you kind of instantaneously get a feel for them, right? It's like, it's your sense, it's your knowingness, but it's also based on an energy that you feel with other people. We exchange energy all the time. We exchange it with each other. We exchange it in our environments. We exchange it with the earth. We exchange energy in multiple ways throughout our day, and we don't even kind of really realize it. So we are very much energetic beings, and we have energetic systems. They're known as the chakras in our body, and they each govern kind of different areas, right? We have the root chakra, which ties us into, it earths us, it connects us to Mother Earth. It makes it so that we feel supported and wrapped around and connected, so that we're not kind of just free floating and feeling too airy or too cerebral or too out of our body. The root chakra is known about safety and security, and it's at the lower base of our spine. And then we have other ones, you move up your body in a vertical way up your body, but from your root chakra in the base of your spine, towards your sacral area, then your solar plexus is in your upper abdomen, then your chest areas, your heart chakra, throat chakra, crown chakra, which is the point in between your eyes on your forehead, and then the crown chakra, which is at the top of your head. Imagine as though you were wearing a crown. So all of these are different energy points, okay? Now, the thing to learn, notice, start maybe paying attention to and recognizing is that everything is made in patterns in the universe, okay? This goes back to also like sacred geometry and numbers and numerology, but everything it's reflective in many ways, like on multiple levels, on multiple planes. So in one of my prior episodes, I had mentioned, for example, the initial creators or the initial seeding off-planet beings that like seeded us as a civilization, like way, way, way back. And how actually before they even came to Earth, essentially. So the first civilizations were created by like aliens or off-planet beings because they wanted to get to understand the human brain and neuro connections and, the neurological wiring. They wanted to get them to know themselves better, basically. And so they created physical structures of that in a way that they could see and that they could learn about themselves. So why am I saying that? Well, just as we have these chakras and energy systems in our body, we have our, the chakras. The planet, Gaia, Mother Earth, she also has chakras. Okay. Now, apparently a man by the name of Robert Kuhn in 1967 started talking about, there's probably talk about this even before then, but he was a person who really started talking a lot about this idea of chakras on the planet. And so what does this mean? Well, it means that Mother Earth is the Gaia, our planet where we live, is energetic. It is just like we are energetic. it is as well. And like the ancient people totally all knew this, like the most ancient civilizations, Atlantis, etc. Those very highly developed and advanced civilizations absolutely knew about the energetics of the planet. And by the way, there are current people and powers and the powers that be that definitely know about the energy of the planet as well. So then there are also meridians and energy grids. So we have the chakras. And so let's start with that. Mount Shasta is the root chakra. Okay, the root chakra of the entire planet. So when we're thinking, when I was saying earlier, like our root chakra and what our root chakra does, it's safety, it's security, it's support, it's feeling support. That is, yeah, and I don't know why, but I'm just getting called to also make mention of this too. Like I've had low back pain for a long time. And one way to think about that is this notion, right? If we go to our bodies are indicators to us, the low back is also related to support and feeling that one is supported. And so you have the root chakra and your lower back. And so if you have lower back pain or challenges, and it's been kind of an ongoing thing, that might be something for you to pay attention to and look at. Are you not feeling supported in your life? Are there ways you could get more support? Do you need to speak up more to get the support that you actually need? So just putting that out there. The body is also reflective, right, of our needs too. The body is very smart too. Our physical bodies are incredibly smart. And so it's like the body itself is talking to, itself. The energy, the energy space and the root chakra is speaking to the lower back, indicating to us, okay, look, you're not getting the support that you need, for example. So getting back to Mother Earth and our root chakra. So because our root chakra symbolizes all these things, Mount Shasta is the place where one can really get all of this incredible healing. I mean, Mount Shasta, there's definitely a feminine energy. And it's basically the portal and the connection between us as humans or the civilizations on Earth to Earth. It's where we connect in. It's where the root chakra, like meeting the root chakra of the planet is like this incredible connecting in to Mother Earth in a way that is very profound. And I haven't even gotten into ley lines yet. And I'm just, so I was called to Shasta. And so I'm sharing what the message is very much, so keep in mind, the planet is an energetic, dynamic, living entity. In fact, I consider it the divine, like the planetary embodiment of the divine feminine. That's what I consider Gaia. And so to be at the root, to be at the Mother Earth, when we think about maternal, when we think about root chakra, being support, being home, being, all these things, and then having the privilege and the opportunity to be in that energy, it was incredibly, incredibly healing. And I did record a video, and it's on my YouTube, when I was like driving up, like sending energy vicariously from Shasta because she wanted that energy to go out. And she calls you. She called me. I had been wanting to go for quite some time. She was on my radar. I was like, oh yeah, Mount Shasta. That's right. I've always wanted to go there. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've always really wanted to go there. And I had been traveling for a while, and I've been now back on the West Coast area for a year and a half. And finally I was like, oh my gosh, I've just got to go. I've just got to go. I've been itching for it. And so I did. I just went on this really incredible retreat with Mount Shasta Spiritual Tours with Paula Venus. I definitely recommend checking them out if you are drawn there. But so she will call you, and there is a force, there is a presence there. And so being in her energy it's fifth dimensional energy, meaning that we're elevated, and I haven't even gotten to the ley lines and all this kind of stuff yet. But her message is that I want to be really clear about is that Mother Earth, Gaia is thriving. She is thriving. She is evolving. She is an energetic powerhouse, an absolute energetic powerhouse. This supreme intelligence, I would even go to say. And, I think there's a balance here with people not being in this scarcity mindset about Mother Earth and our home, our planet, while at the same time, we need to be respectful and reverent to her. There's a both and here. On the one hand, she is thriving and she's doing awesome and she is powerful and very much evolving. And by the way, she doesn't need us, like we need her. She's our home. And I mean, I'll just say it, this is a side note, but I very much believe I was Arcturian, and I very much believe in a past life I have been through a situation of having to leave a planet. And I think that's part of what my work, because I'm not, I don't, like the planet was no longer habitable. And so there's an aspect, I think, of me that is this, I feel strongly about helping people understand and connect more with our planet because of my past experience with this. So I think that's part of my purpose here, and is to help people, reconnect with the planet, and especially when we're, everything is connected. The consciousness of us, the consciousness of a planet affects us, certainly. And we could do better with our own consciousness to show up for Mother Earth, I guess is what I'm saying. And when we think about her as a divine embodiment, or the planetary embodiment, rather, of the divine feminine, that's, and we think about the patriarchy and all these things. I'm not going to get too much in it. But remember how earlier I had referred to the body expressing itself, and if there are certain emotions that we have not addressed, or there are certain past injuries that have not fully healed, whatever it might be, that the body will express it to you. The body will, you'll start experiencing pain, for example, or you might experience chronic pain for traumas, whether physical or emotional, that have not been dealt with. Or you might develop kind of a disease, or, cancer or something like this. The body will communicate, is what I'm trying to say. The body, if things are not being addressed, it will manifest in physical form and ailments. And it's kind of like the more that we don't address certain things, the worse things get for us. And the louder our body, the louder the physical communications or manifestations can be. And I mean, unless you're taking a whole bunch of meds and stuff and numbing. But so it's similar to Gaia, though, as well. In Mother Earth, I believe that, this notion of how we've been we've been dominate over. For some reason, humanity thinks we're above and we control, Earth and animals and nature, when that's just frankly absolutely not true. In fact, we are nature. We are, along with Gaia, we are, part of this whole system. But anywho's, when we've been having these wild weather events and like wild extreme heats, and then we'll have extreme, cold, or, snows that have happened where they haven't happened in hundreds and hundreds of years, or volcanic action, and these other natural events from Earth, but that are she's loud. She's getting louder, right? She's like, pay attention. Why aren't you what you're taking me for granted? Start paying attention. And I think similarly, there's synchronicity here. There's the parallel here, which is also we need to pay attention to ourselves. And we need to do the healing work within ourselves. We do need to go within and heal whatever it's going on with inside. Pay attention, give attention to heal. And this is similar to essentially what's being shown in Gaia. And this is what Shasta, I think, is telling, is speaking to me, which for me to speak broader is, one, she can heal, and she definitely helps heal at the very root and the core of a problem. So she's offering that. And, the other parallel here is there's a parallel between how women and the divine feminine have been pushed aside and exploited and minimized and oppressed, and how we have treated Mother Earth, right? Exploiting her and taking her for granted, not recognizing her, that we need her, that she is our, we need to work with her. There needs to be a synergy. There needs to be a balance. There needs to be harmony. And this is also, this is the divine feminine, divine masculine. Like, it all we need rebalance here. And it starts also with recognition. So it's recognizing that Gaia as a planet, our planet is a supreme intelligent, living, energetic being. It starts just with recognizing, and from there, gratitude, using, and then, taking even a step farther, then it's receiving from her, because ultimately the divine feminine is about receiving. And this is so much of what she taught me while I, was only there for a brief time, and she's already calling me back, and I will be going back, but she's teaching me to receive. That's what it's about. I am meant to step more into my divine feminine. I'm as somebody who also, going back to the cards of the Magi, based on your birthday, it's on your cards. I have a king card and is my planetary ruling card. So I have definitely have a masculine quality to me, aspect of me. And so it's, embodying my divine feminine isn't something that comes super easy to me. So, and also receiving and sitting back and allowing, the art of allowing does not always come easy to me. But I also know that this is what I need to, right? I need to step into it for my own well-being, and then for the, just general well-being. The divine feminine needs to step into her place. And there can be things that get in the way of that. This is what I asked her to help me with. And indeed she did. And I had to allow her to do so. And, I was listening to Jerry and Esther Hicks the other day, Abraham Hicks, you can check it out. And what she had beautifully said about this balance of the divine feminine and masculine, and maybe I'm getting off here, but I'm going to continue, is that she was like, Jerry had these ideas. Jerry had the thoughts. And so this is the masculine principle. We start with the masculine principle. It's the thought. It's the desire. So Jerry, this guy, wanted to be able to speak to, non-physical beings, basically, ascended masters. He had this desire. He had all these questions. He wanted to figure out about the universe and how it worked and everything. And then his wife, Esther, ends up basically, they had been meditating 10 minutes a day or something. I don't know the exact story, for a while. And Esther all of a sudden starts being able to channel. So she was the vessel. She was the vessel. She was the receiving end. She was the allowing. It was through her that Jerry's, desires could come true. Right. So because she was like, Jerry wouldn't have wanted to be like the channeler and, you know, go on stage places or whatever. I don't know. So it needed the both and. Okay. We needed both the masculine and both the feminine. So maybe that was a bit off topic here, but Shasta, she wanted me to speak of this, at least of Mother Earth, at least of Gaia, at least to know and me to share that she's a powerful living creature. And we need to have respect for her and deference to her. And we need to reconnect with her and relearn. You know, before the times of technology, we weren't doing much of any, like, not that we weren't doing anything, but it was like, okay, think about it. If you literally didn't have your phone, didn't have your computer, didn't have your TV, literally, what would we be doing? Probably socializing more, probably spending time outside more, paying attention to planetary, you know, like actually paying attention to the stars, or actually sitting outside and looking at the sky, knowing nature more, learning about the herbs, right? So we're real far away from that. And ultimately we're going to not need to. I suggest people reconnect and at least express gratitude to Mother Earth. At least put that vibe out, that frequency out there, that vibration out there. That at least will help. Yeah, definitely. But again, we can tap in, we can connect with Gaia, we can speak with, like, she's intelligent, we can communicate. The winds can speak to us, the trees can speak with us. Like there's so much more. So this was just dipping our toe in and getting started here on first messages. But you know, Gaia, grateful to Gaia. Put that out there, y'all. Check out my YouTube for some healing video from Mount Shasta where you can actually receive some of her energy. And there's gonna probably be so much more on this to come. Like, I haven't talked about ascended masters and off-planet beings, Palladians, Arcturians that I had the pleasure to have interactions with, and so much more about Mount Shasta. Talk to you later.